Okay, sorry about the delay, everyone. We're here again for another seminar. This is our May 2016 AusHair seminar, and this evening I'll be presenting a female pattern hair loss case study. But before we do that, we'll present some little bit of background information on this. And just quickly, I'll zip through what we're going to cover. This is a very brief presentation tonight, so we won't take too much time. But basically, I'll run through. I'll do a quick introduction to female pattern hair loss for those of you that are not that familiar with it, and then we'll move on to reasons why standard hair loss treatments are not sort of suitable for female pattern hair loss, and then finally we'll discuss a real case, someone that's come to us not too long ago, and quite an interesting case relevant to female pattern hair loss. So firstly, we'll look at what female pattern hair loss is. Well, obviously, it's a form of hair loss, and it affects women. Primarily, it's a genetic condition. Affects around 40% of women before the age of 50, and it's responsible for about 95% of hair loss in women. It causes thinning of the hair, usually at the top front area of the scalp. And this hair loss generally tends to be more diffuse than in male pattern hair loss. Also, keep in mind that women tend to have more underlying causes of hair loss than men. So we get problems that are very commonly linked to female pattern hair loss, such as conditions such as anemia, thyroid disorders, oral contraceptive use, hormone replacement therapy or HRT therapy, and also menopause. And note that 14% of all hair loss consultations worldwide are for women. So, and the important thing is that this figure is increasing. So this is becoming, this is becoming more and more of a problem for women, and hence, my presentation tonight. In the past, we've done a lot of presentations on male pattern hair loss, and it's been all about the guys, but it's also, hair loss is also a problem for women out there in society, so definitely worth covering this topic tonight. And a very important point I've got here is that hair loss in women creates huge psychological distress compared to male hair loss sufferers. So this is a problem, and this really does create a lot of distress for women that suffer from this problem. Let's now have a quick look at the standard treatments for female pattern hair loss and why they're not so suitable for this condition. One of the drugs used to treat this condition is, or the main pharmaceutical drug to treat it is called finasteride. It's prescribed orally. However, there's one major problem with this medication, and that is that there's a strong risk of causing mutations in male fetuses, in the male fetus's genitals in pregnant women. So quite a serious one there. I'm sure a lot of people didn't know that one. So that's definitely something for females, female pattern hair loss sufferers to be aware of before they go ahead and start using the standard pharmaceutical approach. And therefore, because of the dangers of this drug on the on the growing fetus, male fetus, it's obviously not recommended for women in childbearing, who are still in their childbearing years. Problem two, well, there was a double-blind study that showed that after 12 months of treatment, finasteride was actually no better than a placebo for female pattern hair loss. And I've got the link there at the bottom of the page. This is actually from the British Columbia Drug and Poison Information Centre website. The link's just here. Please go and have a read of that article when you get a chance. Certainly don't believe only what I've said. Go and source the information yourself. So let's go on, and as I promised, we will look at a real case study. So this is a lady in her 50s. Suffering with female pattern hair loss. She came to us in the last year or two, and she she undertook a 5-month program with our Ozhair Herbal program, and she'll discuss her. I'll get her to. I'll let you watch the video, and she'll go through it fairly well herself. I'll just get that set up. So bear with me. All right.
First of all, when I came to the clinic, I was actually miserable with my hair. I must admit, I was very unhappy, and I was thinking about wig. But yes, I started an intensive 2 months, first 2 months program, visiting clinic twice a week and having the full treatment, which was mentioned. And I definitely, after 2 months, had seen a big change of my hair growth, my hair changing the color, and becoming strong. And first of all, I didn't lose any hair. That's what I was noticing actually. 2 months, I didn't notice it on an everyday basis, but suddenly I realized that really I'm not losing any hair at all. So coming back to this photo here, it was taken when I actually didn't dye my hair for around 3 weeks or longer. So before coming to clinic, my hair had been gray, especially at the very top of the scalp, which is normally becoming gray at this section here. And after the treatment, my hair are changing color, so I don't have to dye them very often. And actually, this photo was taken when I didn't dye for more than 3-4 weeks. And what happens is your little gray hair are appearing, so the photo can show my full regrowth of the hair, which I have right here at the top of the scalp, because still grayish is appearing there. So yes, I continue this intensive treatment for another. It was the second section, which last 2 months. And now I am halfway through, or a little bit more. And yes, what can I say? I'm very happy for the results. It is a little bit tired to come here, twice a week and stay in the clinic for 1 hour, 1.5, depends on 1 hour bath. But it is really worth, and definitely you have to keep going at home. You have to really apply the tonic and take your tablets and just be positive. And with that attitude, I hope that you will get the same result as I do.
Okay, so that was Mrs. MB's case, and sorry for the sound. Maybe the sound wasn't as clear this evening as other times, but I've got a link here, which I think you can see there. Please feel free to go onto our Ozhair website and have a look. It's on our should be on our testimonial page, and even on our YouTube channel. It's a 3-minute video with Miss MB. But there's the link anyway if you want to have a look. If the sound wasn't too clear, certainly go there and visit this link and have another look at it. Quite an interesting case. So, as she mentioned, she did go on and use our herbal treatment. And just a reminder, this is it is an all herbal treatment. There's no major side effects that we found in over 20 years of using this product. We've got a 99% or more success rate, and we just find that all patients treated with this type of approach show improvements within about 3 to 4 months, which is quite good. So in conclusion, the standard treatments for female pattern hair loss, you've got to be, there are problems there with side effects that the ladies need to be aware of, and also the other issue of limited effectiveness. Our Ozhair treatments, they do offer a viable alternative for women's pattern hair loss. And there's our website again. If you haven't been to it for a while, or if you haven't been at all, please go there and have a look. We've got a lot of testimonials and a lot of really good information about hair loss for both men and women. That's all for this evening. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we will see you again in next month.